Hi everybody, today we're doing a little commentary on the And the Horse You Rode In On. This is BigBlackHatMan. It's been 2 years, so here we go. I'm here today with my friends Layne.
Hello.
And Justin.
Hi.
We're both involved with this project, and we're already well into it. As we can see, Larry Marquette's there talking to me. He looks a lot taller than me in this shot. I don't know why. He's not that much taller than I am.
Larry's a very Western looking guy.
Yeah.
It may have been the way Justin was shooting the camera too.
This is probably Justin's fault.
I had the biggest part in this.
Yeah, Justin was behind the camera. Does anybody remember who was supposed to play that part Larry played?
No.
Yeah, it was old Charlie Smith was going to play that, and he forgot. Literally didn't show up the morning we shot this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Larry at the last second's like, he was already here to do some other parts. He's like, I'll do it. All right.
Larry did a good job.
Oh yeah, he did. He did the music too, which is playing right now, and I still love this music. I still use it, so clearly I still love it. And now we have the very boring Mark Talks part.
Well, you know, everything has to have its downfall.
Yeah,
That's all right.
yeah. I was the downfall of most things. I think this is the beginning of the loss of my sanity. I mean, you know, I'm sure the white men in the white coats will be here to take me back home here pretty soon. But you know, in the meantime, we can just sit here and enjoy this till they show up with a butterfly net.
I have nothing more to say to that.
Oh, okay. Well, you know.
That's a scary looking woman in the back of that cover.
Well, yeah, she's got a gun. It's very near his genital region, which is, quite frankly, a little
She's a very manly looking woman, actually.
She actually is. You know, they've got the exact same face.
And the nose.
Holy crap. Yeah, if you haven't noticed, my video making capabilities in these days were not nearly as good as they are now. Come a long way.
But you know, for being the first time, it actually turned out pretty well.
Yeah, it did.
I was pretty impressed.
Justin, do you have
Was
any?
this Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah, this was Windows Movie Maker I edited this with, and I'm glad I dropped Windows Movie Maker because when they changed to Windows 7, it got impossible to use. And so, I remember this morning, like the morning we did this, like mid-October. I was so keyed up this whole morning because it was like the first time we'd ever done it. And I remember just being like bouncing off the walls.
You're pretty hyper and a little bit dictatorial, but it was okay. It worked out all right.
Dictatorial. Yeah, that's me. I'm the commanding type.
I was a little bit scared that I was going to miss my mark and get screamed at or something.
Yeah.
But, you know, it worked out.
Well, I did punch 2 or 3 people during the shoot.
That's
so.
really why Charlie wasn't in that first scene, because he was laying it on the floor in a ball.
Poor elderly man.
Yeah, I know. I punched well, at the time he'd have been 67. I punched a 67-year-old right in the face. I'm a dick.
He did that to start with, so the rest of us stepped in line the rest of the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little show of brutality and intimidation.
I could do some more brutality here if you'd like. Oh God, there's that. Look at that fat guy. I'm glad I've lost weight. I don't know what are we talking about here. He's making it up, isn't he? Actually, if I had this first part to do over again, I would talk way more about William S. Hart. I think I only talked about him for about like maybe 20 seconds in this first part. I know so much more about him now. There's Mike.
Mike looks really tall too, except that Mike is really tall.
Mike's 6'3" tall. He's a good 3+ inches taller than I am, so he actually is really tall. I did put him in a video again. He just got back from Iraq not that long ago, and he's got that real handsome, cowboy look. Even he's definitely someone.
Handsome cowboy.
Come on,
Handsome cowboy.
Justin. It's not that I don't think you're handsome. Hey, you're dashing, dandy, dapper, Dan daring. I mean, what do you feel bad about?
Nobody gets to see me. That's the good part.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to change that in the future. Just letting you know.
You guys need to listen to our radio, by the way, because it's awesome.
Yeah. Sort of.
They're funny.
Yeah, they're funny. They actually are. I just haven't had inspiration to write one for a while. We got Lash LaRue there. And uh-oh, my background's moving. Look, the background is about to fall down. That fell down.
We were having tremors that day.
Yeah, that fell down several times. Oh God, there's Ray. There's another person who's significantly taller than I am. Ray Renfro's 6'3" too.
And
how many takes did we have to do?
Oh my gosh.
That one was 2 or 3, wasn't it?
Yeah. Because Ray had a heck of a time. He just kept coming in and fumbling his lines right at me like he would.
And with his hand up like that, it kind of muffled his voice a little bit. Him and his vampire-looking
Yeah, he looks more like a vampire than a Western villain. It was a little bit silly. And my background's about to fall down again. That actually fell down several times, if you guys remember right. Oh,
wow, who's that fox?
Yeah.
Justin's wife. Were you guys married when you did this?
I think they were married,
2 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. You just got married like in
June,
yeah.
I felt sorry for her, actually, because she was the only female in a cast of a bunch of goofballs.
Yeah. It was like an all-male fest except for Renee. She was the only female there, period. And here's where coming up, she's going to hit me here. I had a terrible time convincing her to hit me hard. I was like, you cannot hurt me, Renee. Trust me, you can hit me as hard as you want. It's not going to hurt. Oh,
even though Justin's has bruises right off him from her, so.
Yeah. Well, Justin's a beat husband. That's just what happens, though. I mean, that's it.
What is going on?
That sounded like a sick cow.
Is that Ray?
That was me.
Was that you?
Yeah, that's me. I did the technical difficulties thing. Oh, Larry's back. He decided to turn that hat sideways, by the way. That sideways hat thing is all Larry.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I ought to get Larry back in a video, too.
You need to.
He's such an awesomely funny person, just, without even trying. Larry's hilarious. Yeah, there he goes with the rake.
With a rake.
Yeah, gonna dig for gold. I'm not sure how that works to this day. But anybody who's seen the whole thing knows. He comes back with gold later, so apparently it works. There's your tip of the day from BigBlackHatMan. Go out and look for gold with a rake.
In the middle of Nebraska.
In the middle of Nebraska. Mike returns as the Indian. You can't see his head dressed up. He's too tall. He's literally out of frame.
I really like your stereotypical Indian dialogue there, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, and Mike pulled it off, and Mike's actually a pretty good actor, all things considered.
Because they all say how.
Yeah, how. Yeah. Only in the movies. I've known lots of real Indians, so I don't think...
They all smoke their peace pipes, too.
Yeah. No, we're back to me talking. Oh.
At least he didn't make us wear a goofy shirt with a horse on the shoulder.
Yeah.
I wish I had a shirt like that. I would wear that shirt all the time. That is an awesome shirt.
Uh-huh.
We need an ascot.
That wasn't manly then, and it's really not manly now.
No, okay. Now, how about Fringe?
Not the Fringe either.
Fringe is good. Well, Justin, I think you would look good in a Fringe shirt.
You think?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
How about if you had Dale Evans there? Would you wear a Fringe shirt for Dale Evans?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, Tex Ritter. John Ritter's dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's how most people know him now, which is unfortunate. He's actually pretty talented in his own right, but it's like Tex Ritter, John Ritter's dad.
And actually, John Ritter's son is a very funny guy, too.
Mm-hmm.
The Class was an awesome show, by the way.
Okay.
Wow, this guy is an awesome guitar player.
Yeah, this
That was the funniest thing, because nobody expected that from me.
No, you actually scared the hell out of me with the first time we did it. That was take 2, wasn't it? Didn't we have to take that twice? Yeah. Because I actually jumped the first time.
I like catching people off guard. That was pretty great.
Yeah. And here's the weird guitar thing that I did at the end. Okay. And now we're cheating ahead to part 3. We skipped part 2 for just time constraints. I didn't want to spend all 45 minutes of this documentary talking. I think we would talk that long. And here, oh, there he is again. Miniature John Wayne.
Good thing he's got a hat on.
You'd see the bald
I
head.
forgot to wear the hat during the first one. When I played the guitar.
When you were a guitar, though, you're different. You were a different character, so it worked because the guitar player was a different character than Miniature John Wayne.
Miniature John Wayne.
Yeah. It is weird perspective with everybody standing out in front of me because everybody looks taller than me. Like even you look like you're as tall as I am, even though you're a good 5 inches shorter than I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gloating or anything. I'm just saying you're 5 inches shorter than I am.
The only thing I didn't like about this, I couldn't really show my comedic talent like I have in later videos.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Oh, are you saying my writing was bad? Is that what you're mocking?
No, we just didn't improv
It looks
as
just
much.
like you.
It does.
Look at the belly and everything.
Yeah.
I like that.
You guys both got overhanging over the belt. It works out. You needed a bandana like that. Look at that bandana. That's so awesome.
That's so...
I've kind of got a vest now. Too bad I didn't have my vest back then. You could throw the vest on you, got a bandana. been real John Wayne.
I'd feel better if you had the American flag behind us the whole time too, like that.
Yeah. I couldn't keep the brown sheet up that we were using. What would I do with an American flag?
He really aged, changed when he aged.
His face got a lot harder, a lot more. I mean, see, that's 39. I mean, that's only 9 years after the last picture. Look
Yeah,
how
I mean,
much.
he looks a lot different. I mean, and that's how he looked pretty much from then on, but he's really changed in those 9 years.
He filled out a lot too. He was kind of a skinny kid when he first started acting.
You know, Hollywood cuisine, you know.
He had been rejected from military due to his
Well, he's 23 in that first picture, so.
In the post-war period,
We got one of my favorite movies that I don't
That
think
middle
of.
guy looks like George Bush.
he did successful
That's
films.
Harry Carey Jr.
Looks like George
Angel
Bush.
and the Bad Man,
I can't help it. It's Harry Carey Jr.
I'm just saying.
included the
Okay.
highly praised "She Wore a Yellow Ribbon." The mere mention
because
of
you haven't seen
Wayne's
Harry
name
Carey
began
Jr.
to evoke
lately, it
images
kinda looks
of the
like
mythical
crap.
West and the strong,
Probably
brave
so.
man
Yeah.
who tamed it.
Still alive.
One
He just
of the
doesn't
most
look very
critically
good.
acclaimed films that
She
Wayne
Wore a
did
Yellow
in this
Ribbon.
period was Howard Hawks'
Oh,
Red
good shit
Ribbon.
think she did. I didn't think he was.
Hawks is one of the few directors who could claim any
Justin,
sort of
how many John Wayne movies
credit
have you
for
seen?
John Ford in creating great Western
yeah.
mythos. Hawks even confessed to stealing some of Ford's
Oh,
I can't answer that.
But the
You
rivalry
haven't
was
seen
always
any?
friendly.
None?
Oh, I've
Hawks
probably seen
received
them,
help
but
from Ford while
I couldn't
working
name
on
'em.
River.
Oh, okay.
Wayne
Cowboys,
played a determined,
True
single-minded
Grit,
cattle boss in the
Searchers.
post-Civil War period.
Searchers,
Wayne
We
usually
need to
played
get you on the
good
Searchers,
guy,
Justin.
just
We'll have
Quiet
to-
Man.
There you go. The Quiet Man's a
Here
good
he
one
played
too.
a
That's a good one to watch with your wife
nasty,
because
likable character who became a
women seem to
threat
appreciate that
everyone
film.
with Drive,
and it's
including his
sort of one of those
adopted
ones that's
son,
tolerable for a man to
Very
watch and a
Cliff.
woman to watch together. So
The film
And
was
guys
strong
kinda
from start
find
to
it
finish,
sappy.
with some lavish
Yeah.
backgrounds and gritty performance by Wayne.
There's that Fringe again.
Fairly
Somebody was
famously,
busy sewing
John
Fringe in the
Ford
Cowboys.
was saying, "I never knew the big son of a bitch could act."
Because it doesn't make you look feminine at all. It
No.
makes you look real manly. And
Covers your man.
well, that's Monty Clift who drank himself to death anyway. So you know,
well, that's pretty manly.
yeah, that's probably why he drank himself to death was the Fringe. He just couldn't
The
take it.
Fringe, I can't take it anymore.
Oh, I'm talking again. Am I saying anything important?
That's why I kept talking, because you weren't.
Oh yeah, thanks for bailing me out there,
Oh,
buddy.
no, you gotta be quiet, because there's a star of the show.
Oh no, here comes the star. This is the only bad thing about skipping part 2 is we skipped Pat's initial appearance,
And
and Pat was great. I mean, Pat was so far beyond my expectations. For those who don't know Pat Adamson, which is probably most people, he is nothing like the personality he gave in this.
he actually acted,
John Wayne,
unlike the rest
he'd
of
have
us. He
success at the
acted.
box office with films like 1953.
I will say the funniest blooper. Unfortunately, I lost it because I lost a whole bunch of stuff. My computer crashed. Was him trying to pronounce Laurence Olivier, which was in the script. He could not say Laurence Olivier to save his life. Oliver. He kept saying Lawrence Oliver. That's okay. He wasn't the only one who didn't know.
I
So
wonder what happened to that poor dog. I bet he died.
yeah, John Wayne shot it. Ate it. I have no idea. It was a Hollywood dog. It was probably pampered, lived to be 22 years old.
Got together with John Ford again to make, in this narrator's opinion,
The Searchers.
My favorite
Searching
movie.
for a good script.
The Searchers.
No, don't make fun of the Searchers. Favorite film. I love the Searchers. I've been watching that movie the first time since I was 10 years old. I still love that movie. I could have probably talked about this film for almost 45 minutes by itself.
It's probably good that you didn't.
Yeah, I might have. Some people complained to me about the cutaways being boring. The first time I did this, I think a 45-minute cutaway on the Searchers would have probably been a little.
Yeah, you might have lost a person or two.
Yeah. Well, that's why I watched it, so as it works out. There's only a couple people who watched it. That's from the Searchers as well. I talked about Searchers quite a bit here, didn't I? So I still got my Searchers talking.
Since the film is something to experience.
That's from the end of the film. One of the most iconic scenes ever in film history. Even if you have never seen the movie, you've probably seen this scene with him walking away.
You still use your little recorder that you bought?
Oh, the little voice recorder I did all the
That you use right
voiceovers.
now? Yeah.
That's hard to
Every once in a while, but not very often because my camera that I have now picks up sound so much better than anything I ever used in the past.
Rio Bravo, the Sons of Katie Ellen.
But yeah, I still have use for it
and
now and then.
Eldorado. The
kind of a
60s
handy little
actually
digital
saw a
recording
little bit of
device.
fade from the luster of the Western, but Wayne continued on strong,
Eldorado.
despite getting a little long in the tooth
That's pretty
himself,
good, huh?
and
Not really.
surviving
And
about
besides, the
a
movie's the
year
War Wagon on the
cost him
screen.
almost
It's not
But it
half
said
Eldorado.
Eldorado
of
on the
his other one.
video, so there.
Oh, it did? Okay. I'm not listening, so I listen to myself talk, which is a very popular thing that I do. Thank God I'm windy, or else we never get through these
You are
videos.
windy.
Yeah.
High noon in place of the absent actor, but could not capture the award for himself.
No, here. I think John Wayne's about to pop back up here in a second, isn't he?
You're still
I
down
believe
there?
so because
Okay.
This is we're just about at the end of this.
Nope, there's Pat talking on the
Oh,
floor.
After you beat him up.
yeah. After
Or after
Layne beat him up. Layne beat up Pat. Layne
One swing and I knocked him cold.
He's not a very big guy.
No. I mean, in Pat's defense, he's actually a little bit shorter than
Yeah,
I am. But he
I
probably weighs.
got a little bit of weight on him.
Yeah.
What did that guy say?
There are feathers that have a little bit of weight on Pat. The camera adds 20 pounds. Think about that. He only weighs 44 pounds to begin with.
When he won for Best Actor in 1969.
True Grit.
True Grit.
In the movie,
Classic.
I still find the new one better.
I don't.
Just me.
The more I thought about it, the more I actually lean towards the old one for... They're very close to both very excellent movies, but I actually lean towards the older one for a few reasons.
Well,
as Cogburn's tag along, but the movie
you can't
is solid on the whole.
knock
Many
John
felt
Wayne,
Wayne
but
simply won for
I just
not
find the
playing
new
the
one
typical
all
role.
around
Maybe
was just
the
more
award was more for a lifetime of
believable.
achievement.
Except for Matt
But
Damon,
that
he's a
does
dork.
underestimate what Wayne did
But the
against
original is
himself
Glenn
and
Campbell, and
strong
Glenn Campbell's a
will,
terrible actor.
ambitious and determined
But you know,
fighter.
Matt Damon didn't have to try and
The film
match
was aged
that
very well, and I
performance.
would recommend it for any Western fan.
That's not actually one of the reasons I criticize the new film, but I don't want to go into that because I could talk
But his
about that
time
for
was growing
45 minutes on all the
But
searches.
it's worth watching.
Yeah, watch them
Either
both.
one, both.
And it was
Yeah.
clear that he
Yeah,
was
just watch them
struggling to
both.
keep his weight
The
down.
gal in the new one's
He did
much
a
better
few
than Kim
more
Darby.
truly
That's just my
memorable
opinion.
westerns.
Well, Justin's a
The
better
Cowboys is a good movie
actress
about
than
a
Kim
tough
Darby.
trail boss,
Okay.
a la Red River.
Good job,
Who was
Justin.
mellowed a bit with
Yeah.
age and is forced to take
There's the
small
Cowboys.
boys along
Cowboys,
on his
that was
mountain
a...
ride. Big
that was a
Jake is
sad
revenge
show.
Yeah,
tale.
A. Martinez and
Wayne playing
one of the
Jake Campbell.
Carradines are two of the Cowboys. That's what I always kind of remember from that film.
Huh.
And kill the men who murdered
There's-
I
his
never saw
estranged
Big Jake.
family.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Oh, that's an excellent action film. It's
They
Right.
wanted gold. They gave them lead instead.
yeah, that's kind of corny.
Have your lead!
I've become a big fan of Richard Boone though, because I watched all of Have Gun Will Travel, so I appreciate Big Jake all the more because I'm such a big fan of Richard Boone now. Well, we must be at the end of John Wayne's career because his last film. That's a sad film. That blows away the Cowboys in terms of just being an unbelievably heavy film. You cannot be in a bad mood and watch the shooters because you'll want to kill yourself when you're done.
That's happy thought.
Yeah. Richard Boone once again in that film, so. Still like John Wayne though. I got a lot of appreciation for John Wayne. I think a lot of people lean towards Clint Eastwood and spaghetti westerns these days. I mean, you see what the homages are to now. It's almost always spaghetti westerns, but John Wayne's still the man in my mind.
Yeah, anybody that can shoot a movie when he's dying is pretty impressive.
Yeah. I like Clint, don't get me wrong. We're going to kind of skip the Clint part, unfortunately, in part 4.
Old stars like Autry and Rogers actually
Maybe, I
stayed
don't know.
with their
So.
career use of the TV. Shows like Rye Hide.
Yeah, here's where I do the little bit on TV that I think nobody got this joke.
For many, many years.
I literally don't think anybody got this joke.
I didn't know there was a joke. Did you?
Yeah. My father got the joke, and I think he was about it.
And Cowboys.
Because,
Look at that.
yeah. The joke was that there were several characters on Maverick who were named Maverick. And since that's pretty clearly a Maverick thing, that's, yeah. I felt bad about, I mean, it was too much of an in-joke. I ended up canceling a whole project I put together on
Don't worry about it.
John Wayne because there was too many in-jokes.
That's pretty impressive.
There are a
Yeah.
couple things
That's still
I want
funny.
to mention.
Still funny watching Casey jump on Mike.
Now, I started out trained.
By the way, Casey's another person who showed up and blew me away with how committed he was to it. Because everybody knows Casey knows he's just kind of a nonchalant person. But man, he always shows up to all my deals just like, I'm here and I'm focused and I'm so committed, and it just always shocks me how committed Casey gets to
Yeah,
these things.
especially for no more than he's getting paid.
Yeah, which is probably a little food. I give people a little food. I do give them that.
Food, yep.
Yeah. You guys were fed today, so I don't want any complaints. I mean, where else can you get a meal for literally sitting here and watching a video and talking about it?
Hey, where are the white women at?
Yeah.
A few of the best movies for this.
Well, it makes sense that you look for white women being like the whitest person I know.
That's just a good line for that movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the
My
Science
son will
Social
appreciate
Club
it.
starring
Yeah.
Jimmy Stewart.
I haven't seen the Science Social Club
John
either.
Wayne.
It's a good movie. It's
Cowboys have always
funny.
had a good sense of
It's
humor,
got a
we
good
should all embrace it.
rapport between Stewart and Fonda, which isn't surprising because they're both such good actors.
Stay tuned.
Wait!
Say something, Justin. You sound like we've lost you.
A little bit.
Way too many films to mention in this one little period. So I had 10 minutes.
Oh, John Wayne one more time.
You notice I had my glasses on the last time and now I don't.
Yeah.
I wasn't very consistent with my wardrobe changes.
Well, you were playing the sheriff last time, so it worked out okay because you're playing a different character in the last one. There you go. There you can see how much shorter you are than I am because you got to really step up to me. All right. All
Sweet
right.
guitar.
Yeah, that's Larry again. Larry is a musical genius. And now let's skip over here to part 5 and kind of wrap this thing up. Which is good because we'll get to see Casey in his Clint
Pretty
outfit.
amazing we did all these in one day.
Now, as we talked about last
One morning. Heck, we
Yeah.
did this in about
Didn't
3
take that
hours.
long.
3 hours, I think.
Clint Eastwood. And the genre survived.
I don't know why Hollywood can't be that good at it. You know, it takes them months to shoot a movie.
Because
They don't have a good enough cameraman like me.
yeah,
That's what it is.
they care about quality too, which
How'd you even get in here?
we don't do much acting in this.
It doesn't
Except for Pat. God, Pat's
Pat
great.
still cracks me
Yeah.
up.
Oh, we didn't get to see Casey. That's right. He was at the end of the last part. That's unfortunate. We didn't get to see Casey in his Clint outfit, and there's Pat attacking me.
That's like a cat without claws.
Well, we're gonna see the blooper when we get clear to the end, which is just hilarious to me because he forgets what he's doing. And then, all right, one last time for the intro.
Ba-ba-da.
Ba-ba-da.
That was music.
Oh, I'm
This
not.
guy's a clown. pretty
Yeah.
much.
What a lame
Keeping it
title.
alive.
What a lame title. I'm such a terrible writer.
Unforgiving.
Yeah.
That involve
Clint
celebrities
Eastwood.
with familiar style stories.
And Tombstone.
Tombstone followed the year after Eastwood's
I've had an argument. There's a guy on the side who says that's the greatest western ever, and I'm like, yeah, it's really good, but it's an homage western.
We also
so.
have the argument that Young Guns was a better movie than you give it credit for.
That
too.
movie's boring. God, that movie's boring. Sorry.
Young Guns is funny.
Oh God, you guys are killing me. That movie's so boring.
If I had to be in a western, I'd be in Young Guns.
Name me one exciting thing that happens in that whole film.
There's funny lines from Emilio Estevez. I thought he was pretty funny.
It's not very exciting though. I'm just
Do you
saying.
see the size of that chicken? That's a funny line. That whole scene's funny.
Well, it's funny when you say it because you got the funny face you're making. You can't convince me. I've never liked the film. Sorry. Viscerally, I don't like it. I actually don't. I'm actually not a big fan of Dances with Wolves either. I hate to admit that, but it's just okay in my mind. It's
Yeah, it was okay. It was a little long and drawn out.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner likes to hear himself talk.
yeah. And the Lakota Indians seem like morons to me in that movie too, which is weird because they'd already pretty much conquered the plains by the time his character would have arrived there, which seems odd.
No matter how many cowboys
Like that
you see hitting
poster,
bulls
by the
like
way. I wish I owned that
That's
poster.
a cool poster.
It
Yeah.
probably wouldn't actually happen.
I just step out and shoot all of them. Boom, 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 and be all dead.
That's almost kind of how it happens in the film. So actually, not very far off from that.
Because the best way to get killed is to be in a group when you're facing somebody, so he can just pick you off all at once.
Yeah. All right, here's Larry and Mike. I like this scene. I wish I wouldn't have smiled through it, though. I should have reshot this. I screwed up. I'm smiling the whole time through. I'm supposed to be mad.
That's crazy, man. That's why you're smiling.
Oh, okay. I've actually gotten to be a lot better actor since we did this, too. So I think I could probably do this a lot better now.
I think you've gotten a lot crazier since we started this.
Well, yeah, but I mean... I've been doing Western Thought now for about 8 months, and that's kind of driven me off the deep
So the
end.
long and the short of it is simply this.
that show drives me nuts.
Though the Western has faded largely,
There's an
from
awesome
the
miniseries.
most popular of American genres,
Lonesome Dove.
it will
Yeah.
continue to survive, and Unforgiven
You've never
is
seen Lonesome
simply
Dove
one
either,
of
have
the
you,
best.
Justin?
No.
No, okay.
Actually, before
Read the book?
Unforgiven,
No.
No.
Lonesome Dove
Really good
was a
book,
great
too, by the way.
miniseries made in 1989.
Then
starring
the
Robert
sequel
Duvall
is
and Tommy Lee
Unlonesome
Jones.
Dove because he found another dove to be friends
TV,
with.
though not
Yeah.
having the series that it
Two
once
men?
had,
Yeah.
Two.
First Brokeback.
Yeah, that's
The
pretty
Western.
much.
Streets of Laredo is actually the
recently
sequel.
upheld
Makes
it
you feel any better.
with the
Actually,
two-part
doing the
miniseries
sequel.
Broken Trail, starring once again
I'm
Duvall.
funnier.
and
It's got
Thomas Hayden
well, no, it's
Church.
actually got one sequel
Other
and two
good movies
prequels.
made
Believe it or
since
not,
Unforgiven
Really?
Yeah.
include the likes of Dead Man,
they're actually pretty good though.
Johnny
remake
Depp
of
looks like a
3:10 to
dork there
Yuma
too. Does
and
he do anything
Appaloosa,
where he doesn't look like an
which have
idiot?
all been
No, that's kind of his thing, but that movie's actually pretty
So,
good. It's a little
simply
bit
put, the
strange and
Western will
artistic,
continue
but
to move
it's
forward as a
good.
genre.
That's a
Though
good
it
film,
will probably
too.
never return to the prominence that it held in its heyday.
That's an okay
of
film.
that of John Wayne and Clint
That's
Eastwood.
definitely a pet project of the
Due
people
to
in it.
America's
and
fascination with the cowboy,
could have been
the
better.
I
lawman,
like
and the
Renee
trailblazer,
Zellweger, so it's all good.
the
Okay,
Western
well, as
will
long as you like
continue
Renee
to spawn
Zellweger.
movies for the viewing pleasure of a grateful audience.
Justin should like her, so that's the name of his wife.
No, I think it's worth
Well,
going
not Zellweger,
some of
but
the
Renee.
old stereotypes one more time.
And now we come to
I thought
the
you
end
married
here.
somebody famous and didn't tell me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit complicated.
Remember this? Remember we did this in 2 takes. But the first one we got almost all the way through it, and I screwed up the first line I had right after the last person walked off. I was the one who screwed it up. I
You
wrote
wrote
it.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway,
How embarrassing was that?
the villain.
This is back before I framed my searchers poster too.
I'm pretty much the same.
Oh, can you see the pin on Ray's cape where I pinned it up?
Uh-huh.
So your plans are pretty
I still use that cape, by the way. That's Snively Bodenfetter's cape now. Even though there's a section cut off of it where I used for something else. But
And of course, we still have our female leads.
Here comes Renee again.
She's really disgusted with you.
Yeah, well, I don't blame her. I'm disgusted with myself too. She hit me in part 2. Make that part make sense if you didn't. I don't know why you'd be watching the commentary though if you haven't watched the 5 parts of this. Wouldn't really make any sense. But okay. There's Ray. Ray is such a big dude.
This is funny.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you wear like a period costume or something? Don't be a racist.
Yeah, you racist.
Yeah. I am a racist. I'm a
Anyway,
bigoted,
I guess
horrible,
you're
racist
supposed to
human
wrap
being.
it up.
Just everything's wrong with me that can't be wrong with me.
Well, look how you stereotyped everything in
Oh,
here.
I know. I'm terrible. There's Larry with his gold that he got with the rake.
How did you
He
get
stole the
rich?
girl, Justin.
He did. What a jerk.
A little bag of gold. That's all it took.
Yeah. That's alright. You had the kid with her, so you're probably in good shape.
You learned something.
Yeah, she's always going to get your gold now.
She's in good shape.
Yeah.
Watch out for those
Oh, well, there's the end. Hooray! Now we just have to have the very long credit sequence.
Credit sequence.
I stretch this credit sequence out.
Because you like listening to the music.
Yeah, the music was a big reason. I wanted people to hear Larry's music because he put a little time and effort in working at this music. And he actually did 2 versions. He did a slow version and a fast version. This is the fast version. I use the slow version now for Western Thought. And then we get all the credits of all the different... I forgot Sheriff on that, by the way. You were also the Sheriff.
I didn't get paid for being a sheriff.
No, that was a non-union role.
Damsel.
Yeah, damsel.
Did you call her damsel at home?
No.
Hey, damsel, clean my kitchen. Yeah.
That would probably get you punched, I'm
let me know how
guessing.
that works out for you.
Ray Renfro is the modern Indian and the villain. No name. I like that we just call our Clint stand-in No Name.
It's copyrighted.
Yeah. Hero, Big Chief, Buddy. He had a lot of roles too. Oh, yeah, written and performed by Larry Marquette.
That's kind of a Western name, you know, Marquette.
He actually doesn't usually do country music though. He was really flabbergasted when I first asked him for some country music. He's a rock and roll guy. But he came up with something great, so.
So how many movies have you done since you did this, since your camera work was so awesome?
0.
Really?
You have been,
I had arthritis in my thumb, and now it's really bad after surgery.
I got you.
you can't hit the power button anymore, huh?
That
I
sucks
can't push the
because,
record
you know,
button.
I know Hollywood called a couple times.
Yeah. When did you be a professional cinematographer?
And then the Discovery Channel wanted to do some of their stupid documentaries. But hey, it pays.
Oh. Well, we're coming to the end of this now, and well, guys, yeah, put up the guy who made us, yeah. And thanks for coming out today to help me talk about this. We'll watch Pat.
We didn't realize it was going to end up being a whole lot more things after this. We thought it was a one-time deal.
Yeah, that made a lot more videos.
And prepare for what
Oh. He forgot what he was doing. That was so great.
Where were you gonna go with that?
Thanks, guys. Thanks for being part of this.
You betcha. Have a nice
No
day.
problem.